In the chaotic and unforgiving landscape of war, where the roar of artillery and the cries of soldiers blend into a relentless cacophony, there exist quiet moments captured in fragile letters that carry the voices of those caught in the crossfire. These handwritten messages, often stained with dirt and tears, serve as lifelines stretching across battle lines, connecting hearts separated by conflict and uncertainty. Each letter encapsulates stories of hope, fear, resilience, and humanity amid the devastation. They are windows into the souls of soldiers and civilians alike, revealing a side of war rarely seen in history books or battle reports. Among these voices was Private Michael Evans, a young soldier thrust into the horrors of combat far from the safety of his home. His letters, carefully penned in stolen moments between gunfire and patrols, unveiled the raw, unfiltered reality of life on the front lines. Michael wrote not only of the brutal conditions, the mud-filled trenches, the biting cold, the ever-present danger, but also of the camaraderie that sustained him, the fleeting moments of humor that defied despair, and the memories of loved ones that anchored his spirit. Each word was imbued with a profound longing for normalcy and peace, a stark contrast to the chaos surrounding him. These letters also carried the voices of civilians, women, children, and elders, who bore the war's silent burdens. Their words spoke of survival amid scarcity, of loss and hope intermingled in the same breath, and of the indomitable will to persevere. The collection of letters became a mosaic of human experience, illustrating the multifaceted impact of war beyond the battlefield. Through these written testimonies, we glimpse the intimate fears, dreams, and acts of courage that define the human condition in times of unimaginable adversity. The letters from the front line, fragile yet powerful, remind us that even amid destruction, the human spirit endures, reaching out across the void with ink and paper to bridge the chasms of war. The letters continued to weave a tapestry of life on the battlefield, telling stories not only of survival, but also of profound humanity amidst the ruins of war. Among the many voices was that of Lieutenant Sarah Collins, a nurse stationed near the front lines. Her letters to her sister revealed the harrowing realities of tending to the wounded under constant threat, the relentless pace of casualties, and the small miracles that kept hope alive. Sarah wrote of the bonds formed between medics and soldiers, the quiet moments of compassion that transcended ranks and backgrounds, and the toll the war took on both body and spirit. Her words painted vivid scenes of makeshift hospitals where pain and resilience coexisted, and where every saved life was a victory against the encroaching darkness. Elsewhere, letters from civilian families captured the anguish of those waiting in bombed-out homes, their days marked by uncertainty and loss. A mother's letter to her son at war spoke of prayer and perseverance, of rationed meals and whispered prayers for his safety. These letters revealed the dual front many fought, the external battle against the enemy, and the internal struggle to maintain hope and humanity in the face of devastation. Together, these letters formed a bridge across the vast gulf of war, connecting those who fought with those who waited. They bore witness to acts of bravery, moments of tenderness, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Each letter was a thread in a larger story, a testament to resilience and the unbreakable bonds of love and duty. As the war raged on, these written words became not just messages, but symbols. Reminders that even in the darkest times, the human heart continues to reach out for connection, understanding, and hope. Among the countless letters penned during the war, one stood out for its profound impact. The correspondence of Corporal James Thompson, a soldier whose words resonated deeply with both his comrades and those he left behind. James's letters were filled with vivid descriptions of the battlefield, the fears that haunted him, and the friendships that became lifelines in the darkest moments. He wrote candidly about the horrors he witnessed, the loss of friends, the brutality of combat, and the constant shadow of death. Yet his words were laced with an unwavering hope for peace and reunion. His letters also captured moments of unexpected beauty, the sunrise over a devastated landscape, a shared joke amid despair, or the comforting presence of a fellow soldier. Through James's eyes, readers glimpsed the complexity of war, the blend of fear, courage, sorrow, and humanity that defined the soldier's experience. Meanwhile, letters from families waiting at home revealed the emotional toll of separation and the longing for normalcy. Parents wrote with pride and worry, children sent drawings and stories, and spouses expressed love and hope despite the distance and uncertainty. These exchanges underscored the interconnectedness of those on the front lines and those holding the home front, bound together by love and the shared yearning for peace. Together, these letters formed a mosaic of human experience, reflecting the multifaceted realities of war beyond strategic movements and battles. They humanized the conflict, reminding us that behind every statistic was a story of resilience, sacrifice, and enduring hope. The letters from the front line became more than messages. They were testimonies of the unbreakable human spirit, a legacy of voices reaching across time and distance to connect hearts and souls in the midst of chaos. The war was relentless, but so was the human spirit that persevered through its darkest hours. Letters from the front lines became lifelines of emotion, courage, and hope for those caught in the ceaseless storm. Among these poignant correspondences was the story of Lieutenant Emma Harris, a communications officer whose messages bridged the gap between battle and home. Her letters detailed the crucial role she played in maintaining lines of communication under fire, the weight of responsibility she bore, and the solace found in penning thoughts to loved ones. Emma's words painted vivid pictures of nights spent decoding messages, the camaraderie of her unit, and the moments of doubt and determination that defined her experience. Through her letters, the reader felt the pulse of a soldier balancing duty and humanity amid chaos. Simultaneously, letters from civilians revealed the quiet resilience of communities striving to maintain normalcy despite devastation. A young woman named Clara wrote to her fiancé, a soldier fighting miles away, describing ration lines, bomb shelters, and small acts of kindness that sustained her spirit. Her letters captured the complexity of life under siege, the fear interwoven with hope, the sorrow tempered by resolve. These messages brought to light the invisible battles fought on the home front, where courage took different forms but was no less vital. As the conflict dragged on, the letters became archives of memory and emotion, preserving the voices of those whose lives were irrevocably changed. They told stories of loss and love, fear and bravery, despair and hope. Each letter was a thread woven into the tapestry of war's human cost, reminding us that behind every strategic maneuver and battlefield victory lay real people, real stories. The collection of letters from the front line became a testament to resilience, a chronicle of the enduring bonds that sustained humanity in the face of unimaginable hardship. The intricate web of war letters continued to unravel stories of sacrifice and unwavering resolve. Among these was the haunting narrative of Sergeant Lucas Bennett, whose correspondence vividly illustrated the psychological toll of prolonged combat. His letters detailed the relentless pressure of leadership amidst chaos, the burden of decision-making that determined life or death, and the fragile hope that persevered despite overwhelming odds. Lucas conveyed the camaraderie that forged soldiers into a family bound by shared trials, and the painful memories etched into every waking moment. His reflections transcended mere recounting of battles. They revealed the profound internal struggles soldiers faced, grappling with fear, guilt, and the desperate yearning for peace. Parallel to these were the letters from families yearning for reunion. Mothers wrote with trembling hands, fathers with stoic pride, and siblings with innocent curiosity. These letters were filled with stories of everyday resilience, finding moments of joy amidst rationing, preserving traditions in the face of scarcity, and nurturing dreams of a future unmarred by conflict. They also carried the weight of uncertainty, the agonizing wait for news, and the hope that the war's end would reunite fractured lives. These exchanges underscored the powerful human connections that sustained individuals across divides of distance and danger. Collectively, the letters formed a living archive, a poignant reminder that war's true narrative is written not only on battlefields, but in the hearts and minds of those who endure. They chronicled the unyielding spirit of humanity, the complexity of emotions woven through courage and vulnerability, and the timeless desire for peace. Through these pages, the voices of the frontline echoed across time, bridging generations with lessons of resilience, sacrifice, and hope that remain profoundly relevant today. As the war drew closer to its bitter end, the letters from the front lines became even more poignant, carrying the weight of years of sacrifice and the fragile hope of peace. Among the final correspondences was the heartfelt narrative of Captain Olivia Reed, a communications liaison whose words bridged the gap between chaos and calm. Olivia's letters detailed the final push of the conflict, the exhaustion etched on every soldier's face, the fleeting moments of camaraderie, and the bittersweet anticipation of home. She wrote of the resilience that sustained her and her comrades, the grief of loss, and the determination to see the war through to its conclusion. Her letters painted a vivid tableau of a world on the cusp of change, where every message was a thread connecting past suffering with future hope. Simultaneously, letters from civilians spoke of the painstaking process of rebuilding shattered communities. Families shared tales of reunion, sorrow, and renewal, weaving together stories of resilience that transcended the physical destruction. Children, once silent witnesses to war, now penned words of optimism, eager to reclaim stolen childhoods. These letters revealed the enduring spirit of humanity, the capacity to heal wounds both visible and invisible, and to forge a future from the ashes of conflict. Together, these letters formed a timeless testament, a collective memory that honored those who lived, fought, and loved amidst the turmoil. They reminded us that behind every historical event lies a tapestry of individual experiences, each vital to understanding the true cost of war. The stories etched in ink and paper endure, a beacon for generations to come, illuminating the resilience of the human spirit and the unbreakable bonds forged in the face of adversity. Through these letters from the front line, the past speaks to the present, urging us to remember, to learn, and to strive for a world where hope prevails over conflict.